sir, you okay? Hello sir, you okay? Can you tell me your name please? Why can't you tell me your name? Okay, is there a reason why you're
You filming me?
Is there a reason why you're filming?
Are you filming me?
Yeah, I am, sir.
Yeah, well, tell me that you're filming me, yeah? Introduce yourself properly.
Okay.
Go on then.
No, I'm just wondering why
Introduce yourself properly.
You going to listen to me?
No, I'm not, unless you introduce yourself
so
properly.
you're detained, okay, for a stop search under Section 43 of the Terrorism Act, okay?
You're joking. What you must be joking.
My name's PC Harris.
Hold on. What information have you got to call me a terrorist?
So this is the legal bit.
What information have you got to call me a terrorist? What information have you got to call me a terrorist?
I can't explain it until if you overtalk me, okay?
Go on then.
If you let me talk,
I'll overtalk you anyway. Well, go on then.
Okay?
Go on then,
because that's the legal stuff I need to get out.
Go on then, get the legal stuff out of the way.
I'm searching you.
Go on then.
So, Section 43, Terrorism Act.
Who are you?
As I said, I'm PC Daniel Harris.
The speed at which this officer rushes to detain the auditor is genuinely shocking. Before even taking a moment to introduce himself properly or conduct any reasonable investigation, he jumps straight in with, "You're detained for a stop and search under Section 43 of the Terrorism Act." This kind of impulsive action shows a complete lack of basic policing standards. It's as if the officer had already decided the outcome before the encounter even began, a clear display of prejudice rather than professional policing. Under Section 43 of the Terrorism Act, an officer must have reasonable suspicion that someone is involved in terrorist activity. Simply being present at a public event, recording, or documenting a building from a public space doesn't even come close to that threshold. The officer should have started by gathering basic information, clearly explaining his concerns, and properly assessing whether there was any real threat or suspicious behavior.
The reason I'm searching you, the reason I am going to search you, is because we've been called here by people in security. You're filming a significant parade today for the Metropolitan Police Service.
It's a public parade.
You're also filming buildings.
Is it a public parade?
You're also filming buildings.
It's a public parade, yeah? And I'm on a public pavement, yeah?
Security cameras and gates.
Okay, I'm on a public pavement as well.
So for that reason, okay.
Can't you film in public?
Sorry?
Can you film in public?
Yeah, you can film in public.
Cheers. Well, that's what I'm doing.
However, you are...
And you didn't come and ask me anything. You just come up to me and detain me under a terrorist act. But you haven't... No, but you're supposed to question me and ask me why I'm here. So you're just going to... Just because... Well, filming in public is not a crime.
I told you why.
Filming in public is not a crime.
I'm going to search you now, sir.
Go on then.
Okay, you are entitled...
Right. No. I'm going to put it down.
I'll put it down on the floor there, sir.
Good policing starts with communication, engaging with individuals, assessing the situation, and gathering the facts before deciding to detain or search. But in this case, the officer skipped the most crucial step, talking. A simple conversation, asking a few questions and actually listening to the auditor's response, could have clarified everything without escalating to detention. This authoritarian, knee-jerk mindset isn't just unprofessional, it's dangerous. Section 43 of the Terrorism Act was created to deal with genuine threats, not to be used as a blanket excuse for detaining someone simply because they are filming in public. When officers misuse this law, it undermines both public trust and the integrity of proper policing.
Can we rewind it again? Yeah, so...
I can't remember that, sir.
Oh, you can't, yeah? Oh, that's bad being a police officer. So when you go to court and the judge asks you for stuff, you'll turn around and say, oh, I can't remember, seconds after trying to give it all the big one. You must be a really corrupt police officer. You can't remember 2 seconds after saying something, yeah? Is that what you are as a police officer? You are a joker. Do you agree with me or don't you agree with me?
I'm just coming to assist.
Look, well, I'm just asking you a question, whether you're assisting or not. You're here.
I'll come out later.
Yeah, I'm just saying. You heard what he said. You've been standing there, and he said that he stopped me under. No, you just heard what he said just then.
I heard 43 of the terrorism.
No, you heard him say that they've said that I've been here before.
Yeah.
Yeah. And is that a crime? Being here before filming? Do you think I should be stopped under Section 43?
I don't know why he stopped you under Section 43.
Okay.
You'll have to ask him.
Oh, well, he's not making much sense because he's already illegally detained me.
If this situation truly presented a terrorist threat, the second officer would have had no hesitation explaining why the auditor was stopped. Instead, his uncertainty makes it obvious that even he doesn't see the reasonable suspicion needed to justify such a detention. This clearly shows that the lead officer acted on impulse rather than evidence. If there had been a genuine threat, every officer involved would have been on the same page about the reasoning behind the stop. The fact that his colleague distances himself from that decision suggests the detention was more about asserting control than following proper procedure. It's a perfect example of how some officers make snap decisions without fully considering the legal basis, or even consulting their team.
Why ain't your number on full display?
Sorry?
His number's not on full display.
Yes, it is on full display. You can see
Have a
his
look.
number on
Have a
his
look.
shoulder.
Have a look.
I can see it right now.
No, you can't.
3620.
No, that's because you know him.
It's right there.
Yeah. Well, I'm not looking there, am I? I'm not looking there. I'm looking here. I'm looking here.
Don't
Look.
get too close, please.
Oh, don't get too close. Why not?
Because
You
it's
was
my
close and
business.
personal.
I'm just trying to write this out.
Like
Threatening?
writing you a letter
I've
thing
got
right
a
now.
camera. Is that a threatening thing?
You don't know what, like,
Well, I'm
looks
telling
threatening
you,
to
I
different
am not
people.
threatening anybody.
Okay, right.
Okay?
You've got it written down on a piece of paper.
But I'm telling you, I cannot see it.
Okay, well, maybe you should get some glasses then.
Oh, you're being discriminative
So
now.
I've got a couple of.
Are you being discriminative?
Sir.
What are you being discriminative?
I've got
But I
some
should get some glasses. No, don't tell me I should get glasses.
Just
Don't, oh my God,
He's
me
written your
either.
slip now.
Don't start getting ignorant.
An officer's shoulder number is a key element of police accountability. It's meant to be clearly visible so members of the public can identify officers, especially in cases where they feel their rights have been violated. Instead of addressing this issue or correcting it, the female officer chooses to mock the auditor. The auditor had already been detained under questionable circumstances, and rather than showing understanding or professionalism, the officer resorted to sarcasm and snide remarks. When someone feels their rights have been violated, they expect officers to act with dignity and respect, not mockery. This isn't just poor judgment, it reflects an attitude completely incompatible with professional policing.
I mean, 43.
I haven't messed up,
Come
sir.
on, 43.
I haven't messed up.
That is ridiculous. That's so ridiculous.
You might think so.
It is.
But
How many terrorists have you actually caught walking around covertly filming? By the way, yeah, in its very nature,
It's a
in its very
significant building
nature,
on a significant
right?
day, sir.
Hostile reconnaissance under Section 43 is overt filming, yeah, and I'm covertly filming. I've got my camera out. I'm in a public place. That should have been the last section that you come and try to detain
in this
me.
position, okay? If you were one of the security guards there protecting this parade today,
Yeah.
okay, what would you do?
I'd have to observe. I'd have to sit there and
Okay,
look.
I think that's
You
what they've
can't.
done.
No,
Obviously,
they
my
haven't
colleague's
done
gonna
it.
speak to them.
I haven't been over
I
there.
haven't been here,
But I haven't
so I
been
don't
over there.
know.
I haven't acknowledged them at all.
When the auditor questions the flimsy grounds for his detention, the officer tries to shift the blame by asking, "If you were the security, what would you do?" That response reveals that the officer is relying solely on third-party suspicion rather than conducting his own critical assessment. Just because security raises a concern doesn't automatically mean there's reasonable suspicion of terrorism. That's exactly where an officer's investigative skills should come in. The role of the police isn't to blindly act on security's assumptions but to evaluate the situation independently. Security staff might feel uneasy about someone filming, but that alone doesn't meet the legal threshold for detention under Section 43 of the Terrorism Act. The officer's failure to separate a guard's discomfort from an actual terrorist threat exposes poor training and a worrying lack of critical thinking.
I've been here about a minute and you came a minute after. I didn't go over there. They didn't see what I was doing. They saw me filming, which I'm lawfully able to film, yeah, legally. So they shouldn't be doing anything.
As I said to you,
Security isn't there to get people
you're-
detained under Section 43.
as I said, you are perfectly right in saying you can film, and that's not a problem.
Yeah,
It's not
so
a
that's what
problem.
they should have been told. Why have you come and you've literally come, as I've said, you've defiled me, you've searched me, you searched under me groin and everything like that, yeah?
Search the belt line, sir.
Well, did you search my legs?
Yeah, I did search
Well,
your
that's
legs.
under me groin.
Okay.
Anyway, right? And I feel humiliated about that because
Well,
I've
I
done
apologise
nothing
if
wrong.
you feel humiliated. I don't want to make you feel humiliated, and if I did do that, then I apologise. As I say, if you wish to complain,
No, but by
it's all-
detaining
I've
me-
given you all the reference numbers that you need. As I say, the full form is going to be completed as soon as I get back to the police station. So if you want to complain about it, by all means do.
It's literally coming up to me. And although you might said that I was being evasive or whatever the word you
Evasive,
used,
sir.
evasive, yeah, right? Do I have to answer any of your questions?
Sorry?
Do I have to answer any of your questions?
You don't have to. It's your
Okay,
opinion. You
okay,
don't- It's
no,
the
but-
same with the name and address, sir. You haven't given me your name and
But I
address.
don't have to.
That's fine.
No, but
And I haven't questioned
By
you about
law,
that.
do I have to?
But I haven't
No,
questioned
but I'm
you about
asking
that,
you,
have I?
by law,
know,
do I have to
haven't-
answer you?
You've not given me your name and address, which is fine. It's absolutely fine. I will still.
So
put
why
on the
didn't you
form
just continue it
regardless.
that way?
So-
You shouldn't be doing this, or you
because-
can be doing this. I mean, I'm legally, lawfully able to film, yeah? Regardless if I want to answer you or not. That's my
as I said, you
prerogative. This
can.
is England.
Yeah, as I said, you can film. I've got no issue.
Yeah, but that's what you should have come along in the very beginning. I should not have been detained. You're not understanding what I'm saying. You've come along, right, with the simple fact of detaining me under Section 43.
No, there's more
yeah,
than that,
because,
sir.
how long did you take to try to
need-
establish whether Section 43 was...
How long would you need?
Well, more than what you done. You was there for about a minute, if that, trying to get me to say something.
I was asking you questions.
And then I asked you if you're filming me, right? And then you should have been. Yeah, but
I was asking you several questions.
What's my name was and what's my intentions?
Yeah, and why,
but
why
do
you
I
were
have
here?
to do I have to tell you that?
When the auditor challenges him by asking, "You came along and detained me under Section 43, how long did it take you to establish that?" the officer defensively replies, "How long would you need?" That response isn't just dismissive, it's revealing. It shows he didn't take any time to understand the context, gather facts, or properly evaluate the situation. In reality, reasonable suspicion under Section 43 requires more than vague discomfort or someone simply refusing to give their name. The officer's tone and defensiveness show a lack of professionalism and accountability. Rather than admitting he acted hastily, he tries to flip the question back on the auditor, as if being quick somehow equals being right. This mindset is incredibly dangerous, showing how some officers treat detention as a reflex instead of a careful, lawful decision.
Do I have to give you that information?
I was trying to find out why you were here, sir.
No, you was trying to oppress me, right?
Because
because I'm doing it lawfully. For
example, if
I'm
you'd
not
been
doing anything wrong. I didn't commit a criminal act.
For example, if you'd been a family member here today, they didn't have a ticket, for example, and you were here and you said, "Look, I'm a family member," blah, blah, then I.
But I'm not.
Right, okay.
I'm a member of the public,
Yeah.
lawfully filming, which I can do.
Yes, and I've just
well
said
then, so why would you come up to me and stop me under Section 43?
I've explained on the slip.
I'm not a terrorist, never would be a terrorist.
Why I've done it, and I'm going to add some more to my electronic form, which I do back at the
apology. You're going to add an apology to that you shouldn't have stopped me under Section 43.
No, because I
that you realised later on that
it was a legitimate search.
Say that again.
I said it was a legitimate search, and I.
Did you have any credible information that I could be in the tele?
I did, sir.
What credible information was that?
I can't tell you everything, sir.
You've got no credible information about me.
When the auditor rightly asks for an apology after being stopped under Section 43 of the Terrorism Act, the officer instantly dismisses the idea, insisting that it was a legitimate search. This refusal to even consider the possibility of being wrong shows a complete unwillingness to take accountability. Instead of reflecting on whether the grounds for detention were valid, he doubles down, as if admitting fault would somehow weaken his authority. And when the auditor presses further, asking, "What credible information was that?" the officer replies, "I can't tell you everything." That's not an explanation, that's an excuse. It's a classic deflection tactic used to avoid admitting there was no solid reasoning behind the detention. "I can't tell you everything" isn't just vague, it's practically an admission that there were no credible grounds to begin with.
The only credible information you could have known about me is that I was out here filming. You wouldn't know me from Adam.
No. There's a little bit more than that. I can't go into it. As I say, if you wish to complain,
there's no more to it.
Anyway,
and
sir,
the security are aware that you're filming. They'll
stop being discriminative and stop telling people to wear glasses.
Sir,
right?
Yeah. Take care. Thank you.
This final moment perfectly sums up the entire encounter, a chain of poor decisions and weak judgment by the officers involved. After all the aggressive detainment, the threats, and the flimsy justifications, they ultimately had to back down, proving that the auditor was right from the very beginning. The biggest failure was how quickly the lead officer detained the auditor under Section 43 without conducting any meaningful investigation. Instead of taking time to assess the situation, he went straight to detention after just asking the auditor's name, hardly enough to establish reasonable suspicion. This wasn't just a mistake. It was a clear misuse of anti-terror powers to assert control rather than address an actual threat. When the auditor questioned his reasoning, the officer's evasive response, "I can't tell you everything," exposed the lack of credible grounds entirely. And the female officer's behavior only made things worse. Her sarcastic remark about the auditor needing glasses after he questioned her missing shoulder number was dismissive and unprofessional. Instead of de-escalating, she fueled the tension further. One of the most telling moments came when the second officer openly admitted that he didn't even understand why his colleague had detained the auditor under Section 43. If there had been a genuine terrorist threat, that reasoning would have been clear to everyone. Instead, the lack of coordination between them made it obvious this was about ego, not law. In the end, when the officers walked away and security confirmed the filming was fine, it proved this entire situation was mishandled from the start. Rather than admit their mistake, they tried to justify their actions with weak excuses. This encounter perfectly highlights how some officers, when challenged, would rather save face than uphold the law. Had they taken the time to assess the situation properly, communicate clearly, and respect the auditor's rights, this entire conflict could have been avoided. Instead, their lack of professionalism, poor reasoning, and refusal to admit fault left them walking away, their authority undermined, and their actions exposed. That's it for today's video. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps support independent coverage. Also, check out Yardley Ski, his channel is linked below. Show him some love. Thanks for watching, this was Rate the Audit, and I'll see you in the next one.